Then you have entered overtime, the result of our day-long, far-flung scavenger hunt for the best local sports highlights we can find. And as a reminder, and as always, we are the station that loves you. And as such, we know many of you did not get to see Sports Final on your DVR last night, thanks to the NFL Overrun. So in that spirit, at the back end of the show, we're going to re-rack all those highlights and show them to you again just so you can record them. In the words of Bruce Springsteen, bootleggers, get your tapes rolling now. But first, new business, and we start with new look Illini West debuting today at Mendota. A 4A Power who today debuted a brand new field. Tim Lafferty's team walking into what we like to call an inhospitable environment right off the bat here. Illini West already down 10-0. The defense, Lyle Klein's crew trying to pick it up. Alex Appel and Spencer Kirchenschlager with the combined sack. And then it's Kirchenschlager again. Ooh, the throwdown in the back of the end zone for the safety. That cuts the deficit to 10-2. End of the second half, though, Adam Sonderoth right there plunges in against the heart of that Charger defense, makes it 19-2 Mendota. Second half, Illini West finds some offense, at least sporadically. Clay Houston in for the score. That cuts the lead at that point to 19-8. And then on the two-point conversion attempt, it's Cole Carson hooking up with Jack Bostert in for the score. Cuts it to 19-10, but that is as close as the day would get. Chargers lose their opener for the first time since that lamentable 1996 season. They end up going to defeat by the final count in this game of 25-10. Meanwhile, Pittsfield Griggsville Perry opening on the road today at Rock Ridge, same place they opened last year. Remember, the Sockies gave up 37 points per game last season on defense. This was not the start they were looking for. Connor Frakes actually drops the ball on the option pitch on 3rd and 7 and still scores from 56 yards out, 7-0. Sockies facing 3rd and long right here. On the first possession, Seth Petty to the air, and he would hook up right here with Ty Rylander. That's a beautiful pickup, but that drive would stall out, and back the other direction on their second possession comes Rockridge. The Rockets looking again to Connor Frakes, who just slices through the middle of that Saukey defense for another score. 4th and long, this is your best Saukey offensive play of the day. Botch punt snap. Look at Dylan Butler going high and skying for the catch. Kid's got 4.48 40 speed. He can jump a little too. But the rest of the day, doomed for the Saukeys. Their deepest plunge in the first half into Rockridge possession and territory. They turn up possession and give the ball back over on the bubble screen right here at the 15-yard line, going in for a score that would have cut that deficit. So now, instead of being down at this point just 14-7, on the very next play, Niles Stevens looks like he's running in slow motion, gets the piano off his back just long enough to go 85 yards for the score in this one. Difference in the ball game. Saukeys never got back up off the mat, gave up 42 unanswered points to start this game and lose today to start their season 42-8. How about West Hancock? Somebody in the West Central Conference maybe could get some momentum going today. Brian Luton's debut today. This right here, a really good debut actually for his team as they jumped out 6-0 on a 55-yard touchdown pass 10 seconds in. Sherrard, though, at the end of the first half would take the lead on this touchdown run by Jake Kistner. Cullen Dooley, though, and Austin Hardy at the end of the first half trying to rally the troops. The 2-minute drill working to perfection, or at least it seemed, as this combination, Dooley to Hardy, works big twice as the Titans get deep down into the red zone, but an interception at the end of the first half ruins that drive. Unfortunately, at that point, West Hancock down 12-6. Second half, the defense trying to make some things happen. Austin Hardy, great stick right there. He's not alone. The defense bowing its neck. Colby Shilson, who had a couple of sacks today. That youngster can play a little football. Look at him go, but back comes Sherrard in this game. Jake Frischnick going to the air and finding Nathan Fay, who's not only a good wide receiver, but a heck of a place kicker, goes in from 14 yards out, gives his team another score. West Hancock trying all the tricks today. Maverick McCartney on the kind of modified Statue of Liberty play. Big pickup on 3rd and long, 33 yards. But unfortunately, Sherrard gets the ball back yet again and goes to work. And again, it's Kistner taking the ball a long way. 69 yards in for the score. In this game, 39 unanswered points for Sherrard as they beat West Hancock and spoil Brian Luton's debut 39-6. Bad news in the West Central Conference. Somebody in the WIVC that we like has to win. Nick Rossi getting his chance to take over from Michael Tonry and looking good doing so right here. Escaping the pack and running in from 19 yards out to cut, at that point, a Pleasant Hill lead that was 8-0 to 8-7. Matt Gunterman, though, had other ideas going to the air to Avery Gregorich. He's a real good wide receiver. Took a nasty hit at the end of that, got right back up. Then in the red zone, Gunterman again lobs one up to Brett Cox. He's no slouch either. Look at a catch by that young man. Pretty stuff. It's 15-7, Pleasant Hill leading. Next possession, Gunterman Going to throw again, but this time Alex Johnson reads his eyes, snares that ball away, and returns it all the way deep inside the red zone. And this game would turn into be a mano-a-mano, one-upsmanship battle between Rossi and Gunterman, and Rossi is eventually going to get the better of the action today, scrambling in here from 13 yards out. His second touchdown of the day. I believe he finished with 4 of them as Route rallies back and beats Pleasant Hill in a dandy tonight. 42-29 is your final. And again, we'll have more football for you coming up as we recap all of Friday night's fun in just a bit. But up next, soccer, softball, and spikes. This is the last time you're coming out to be on camera. Thank you, sir. Welcome back to Overtime, everybody. Well, it was a tremendous weekend for the Gem City football powers. No Quincy squad proved more explosive with its scoring than Matt Longo's soccer crew, who outmaneuvered and outscored their first 2 opponents 15-0 in the Midwest Soccer Classic. The degree of difficulty, though, went way up this afternoon with St. Ignatius in. The Blue Devils, though, undaunted in their efforts today. First half, 2 magnificent goals, the first of which, Michael Longo clearing this ball back in after it was redirected out of the box from long distance. Good stuff for Mr. Longo. We're not done yet. Felix Bruner about to make his presence felt with what ultimately would turn out to be the margin of victory in this game as Quincy High School gets the win today by the final count of 2-1. Quincy High School also beat Ladue today 5-0. We've got softball now for you. Monroe City Softball Classic opening round. Highland versus Marion County. Avery Johnson, the freshman, starting off well, and then she was staked to 9 runs of offense in the first inning. 4 of those on wild pitches, and then Ashton Luttrell right there comes clean and comes correct with the RBI triple. Later, it's Miss Johnson doing her work with the nasty off-speed stuff right there as she gets another strikeout this time. Marion County trying to rally back from that big deficit. Some nice defense coming up right here from Devin Johnson at shortstop. She's going to scoop this out of the dirt and throw out the runner at first base, but Marion County highlights tough to come by in this first game today. Taylor Legg about to get her work on. My friends, hitting this ball niftily right on top of the third base bag. Huge win today for Highland. They win 15-0. Canton taking on unbeaten Monroe City at this point, down 3-2 in the 5th inning. Look at the comeback coming right here as Lauren Janney helps her own cause right there with the RBI rip, the double. And then it's Allie Carper with what turns out to be the game-winning RBI. Canton with a big upset today in the preliminary round against Monroe City. One final one to show you in these highlights. We've got Clark County and North Shelby going at it in the other preliminary game of the day. coming up right here in a second. But first of all, that controversial strikeout right there by Lauren Janney gets the job done for Canton in their win. Now we've got highlights of Clark County and North Shelby for you. Kaylee Roberts puts Clark County up right here with a nice shot in between third and shortstop to give her team a 1-0 lead. Ashton Reitz for North Shelby. Her team undefeated coming into this at 3-0. Gets the strikeout to get out of the jam. Unfortunately, though, North Shelby didn't have a whole lot for themselves. Clark County, fortunately for them, had plenty of offense today, banging out 12 runs as they get the win and advance on. So how do things shake down at the Monroe City Tournament today? Championship game goes in favor of Highland as we go to the scoreboard. Highland, your winner today. Well, first of all, that soccer score, Quincy Notre Dame loses to Springfield on the road 2-1. Now on to the softball scores. Highland, a big winner over Brookfield in the championship game. 11-0 was your final. Ashland Lay in that game, 2 for 3. The third place game, it was Canton beating Clark County, 8-5. Scores you don't see there yet. Monroe City, I guess I'll get to those. Let's do some volleyball now. Quincy Notre Dame taking on Peoria Notre Dame. Kate Ginnenbacher there serving an ace. How about some nice work there at the net by Maria Welding as well, as she gets the job done for her team. Cassidy Foley making her presence felt for the Lady Raiders. She's good. The Lady Raiders showing all manner of versatility today in attacking, and we'll leave you with some Kate Ginnenbacher as well. She's going to come up strong here with the kill. Quincy Notre Dame sweeps Peoria and Notre Dame in 2 games today in the Battle of the Notre Dames. More scores for you, we hope, as we pop up the scoreboards right now. There's that third place game. Canton knocks off Clark County 8-5. Monroe City in the 5th place game, too much for North Shelby, winning 5-2. And Marion County wins the consolation championship, beating Marshall 10-7. At the Troy tournament today, Palmyra wins its preliminary game over Lafayette 6-0, then takes out Winnetonka, a Class 4 school today in the semifinals 7-6, but loses to Troy, a team they beat earlier this week to open the season. They lose in the championship game by the final count there of 5-2. Kmart, Kelsey Martin goes 4-4 on the day in that game. Some more scores to pass along for you as well. I want to tell you about tennis. Quincy High School finishes 5th today at the Springfield Invitational. Katie Fauble finishes number 2 at number 1 singles, and Delaney O'Donnell was your consolation champion. Also in golf today, Quincy High School at the U-High tournament, Quincy Notre Dame at the U-High tournament finishes the day 4th. Jamie Earhart 4th individually. And want to congratulate the Liberty Junior High School girls in cross country today as they win the Carrollton meet. A perfect score today as they finish 1 through 5, led by Jackie Graham. Coming up next, we're going to do the sports final thing